Hi friends, Pastor Andy coming to you today with a quick update concerning weekend worship here at Coastal Oaks Church. By now you may be familiar with Governor Abbott's requirement for masks or face coverings while in public where social distancing can't be observed. And the leadership team here at Coastal Oaks Church has been discussing this very thing this week, made the decision to go ahead and require masks for entry into weekend worship gatherings for the time being. And I know that may be a disappointing decision to some, but I want you to hear the heart behind the decision. So stay tuned to the rest of this video and let's chat about it, okay? We live in a day and culture where everything is politicized, and it seems requiring masks in public is just another example of that. After lengthy discussions with a cross-section of our leadership team this week, though, here are 4 reasons why we are okay with requiring masks for entry into weekend worship gatherings for the time being. Matthew 22 Verse 39 tells us that the second greatest commandment in all of Scripture is to love your neighbor as yourself. Honestly, I'm beyond frustrated that there is no clarity around the effectiveness of any virus prevention methods, around the best testing procedures, and around the most accurate case data, but that seems to be our reality. In spite of my frustration, I still have a personal, spiritual responsibility to my neighbor because of the gospel of Jesus Christ. In fact, I would say that anyone who claims to follow Christ shares this responsibility. I feel like wearing a mask is an easy way to project love for our neighbors, whomever they may be, during this time. Perhaps you are familiar with Paul's writings to the church in Rome concerning submission to governing authorities. To be clear, I don't believe Paul is teaching wholesale submission to evil empires. Paul's teachings here are applicable for us, though, to the extent that it honors God when we honor those who He has put into place. Local and state authorities have asked anyone going out in public to wear a mask where social distancing cannot be observed. And looking back over the last several weeks of worship gatherings at Coastal Oaks, it's very clear that we have not been good at social distancing. Your church leadership team agrees requiring masks is the best course of action for now, though we long for the day when the coronavirus is a thing of the past. Romans 14 verse 1 tells us to accept the one whose faith is weak without quarreling over disputable matters. The key phrase is without quarreling over disputable matters. Even after an individual responds to the gospel, spiritual formation is a journey that happens at different speeds across the span of a person's life. Even though I personally am fully resolved in terms of God's sovereignty, some are still on a journey concerning that same belief. I can fully hold to my resolute belief in God's sovereignty while not slighting someone in whom the Spirit may still be working. Joyfully honoring the mask requirement of Coastal Oaks Church leadership is a great example of bestowing grace upon those chosen to lead and upon those whose faith is still in progress. Many Christian Americans think of freedom in ways and ideas shaped more by the Constitution than by the gospel. Those that follow Jesus must work tirelessly to form ideas and beliefs shaped by Scripture over all other documents and ideologies. In 1 Corinthians chapter 8, Paul uses a similar argument to that in Romans 14 concerning those weaker in the faith, encouraging the church at Corinth to willingly and responsibly disconnect from some of their freedoms for the sake of those around them. I think this fits our situation like a glove. Just to be clear, church family, nobody on our leadership team that I have talked to this week is super excited about this decision, but we all are all in agreement that this is the best decision to require masks for anyone 10 and over for entry into worship gatherings for the time being, for all the reasons that we've talked about already in this video. So we look forward to Sunday. Hope that you will be making plans to gather with us in public worship gatherings. 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m. is still the schedule. We're going going to have our greeters ready to go with a small supply of disposable masks for anyone that might show up and not be aware of the requirement. We want to be gracious to those folks as well, so we're going to do our best to be ready for that situation. But again, hope you'll make plans to join us this weekend at 9 a.m. or at 10:30 a.m. We will still have our Facebook live stream going in the 10:30 a.m. service, and so if that interests you, would encourage you to connect there as well. But I hope you have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your 4th of July celebrations, whatever they may look like, and we'll wish you well and hope to see you Sunday for a worship gathering here at Coastal Oaks Church.